Years ago, I was involved with the remodel of a campground. I had sometimes four, sometimes up to eight illegal immigrants working under me because they ended up dropping the whole project in my lap as they realized things were going to become a little bit too difficult, and they all disappeared to Arizona over the winter. And those guys always said that they liked working for me best because I never asked them to do anything that I wouldn't do, and I'd get right down in the mud with them. And they called me Grande Gringo. So where are we at here on the old Pontiac? Got the engine in here. The transmission's in and hooked up. I gotta put the drive shaft and get the exhaust hooked up. Then I gotta make a few repairs on the top for the wiring harness and some other ugly stuff before we can put it all back together. So first up, we got the exhaust, which I had to make out of scavenged pieces because some friend of mine who said he was going to look out for my stuff didn't look out for my stuff. Yeah, headers are nice, but for some applications they can be impractical. But on a V8, you can't call it performance anything unless you've got dual exhaust. And it might look just a little bit sketchy and isn't quite like Chief Pontiac might have intended. But I'll give you the Grande guarantee gringo. The guarantee Grande gringo. Son of a bitch. And yeah, it might look a little bit sketchy. And isn't quite like Chief Pontiac might have intended. But I'll give you the Grande Gringo guarantee. That stuff will work just fine. And you might wonder why I wear a hood. Number one, it's to keep my hair from getting in the grease. Number two, it keeps my hat from falling off my head. So what's next? Well, that should be fairly obvious. For some reason or another, getting a drive shaft in this car, it always involves some kind of fight. Usually involving a cuss word or two. Alright, it didn't go too badly. I only had to swear at it a couple of times. There's nothing a couple of cuss words can't straighten out. And that completes the underneath part of our little Pontiac project here. As you can see, she's got her shortcomings, but that's alright. Don't we all? And I don't know if you noticed or not, I didn't say one damn word about politics this time. Even though maybe I should have.